every single parent that pushes for this and that tries to give their child a better lunch is one more parent in the right direction.
I'm Kelly Marie on Facebook. Is working in the school system with kids who have special needs, I've noticed a trend in children's lunch boxes of packaged sugary foods. Can you tell us what these foods that are full of chemicals, additives, and sugar do to the body other than weight gain, especially to children?
Okay, let's talk about lunchbox food.
Oh, well,
What's in lunchboxes these days? Is it chocolate milk? Is
like
it
fruit roll-ups, crackers,
candy?
Lunchables,
Yeah.
anything processed that parents can
Bologna
buy,
sandwich.
like juice boxes, like just throw it into the bag, here
When
you go.
we go to Costco, we always walk down all of the aisles and we look at like 90% of the stuff in there we would not touch.
Yeah.
Because it's all like little 100-calorie packs.
To answer your question, this isn't one of my specialties. Like, I'm not a specialist in how
Or what?
children react to certain foods, but what I've read is that ADD is that it can be triggered by chemicals and preservatives and sweeteners in foods and just too much sugar. Like, they're going crazy because of the foods that their parents are feeding, that the schools are feeding them.
It affects the brain.
It affects
and
the
learning abilities.
Yes.
Yeah. She already mentioned weight gain. That's obvious.
So to all you parents out there, I know it's tough. We're parents. We're creating lunches for our kids, and we're going to do whatever we can possible to not be giving in the brown bag, process
junk,
this, process that, trying to be better.
Trying to spark the movement, or not even spark it. It's already started. Like there's
Yeah,
lots of people,
there
lots of
is.
parents out there that are
Yeah.
caring about their children's lunchbox. We won't be the first ones.
Yeah.
But every single parent that pushes for this and that tries to give their child a better lunch is one more parent in the right direction. So even though you may feel sometimes that you're overwhelmed or that you're the only one who cares or that everyone else is doing it this way, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't, because even if you were the only one out of hundreds, at least there's one, you know?
And it's not to say we're going to try to be the perfect parents or that we're going to try to create the perfect kid who never
Yeah.
has sugar, who never has any of this stuff. That's
We're
not
not
what we're going to be.
perfectionists, no.
That's not what we're trying to be. We're just going to try to not control our kids, but try to control as much as possible what we do provide our kids in our home.
Mm-hmm.
So when our kids go off to play at another parent's place, we're not going to be like,
They
"Look,
can't have
Junior,
this."
you can't
Yeah.
have this," and just scold them
Junior.
like. But we're just going to try, when they're in our home, we're going to be very like, "Look, we can make this great tasting popsicle out of fresh fruit and water and
Right.
freeze it, as opposed to you getting this popsicle that's just full of sugar, fructose, high corn
Sugar
syrup,
pop.
like all this other crap," and try to educate our kids.
And also, like, if you get excited about healthy foods, the kids like automatically get excited because they're gonna really read off your vibes and stuff. So if your vibe says that healthy food isn't good and junk food is really good, then of course they're gonna be that way as well. So if you can like train them from a young age that junk food is gross and bad for you and detrimental to your body, then they'll just grow up believing that healthy food is better, tastes better,
Yeah.
and, you know,
They
does
feel
better
better.
things to, it feels better.
It actually works when
The
you trick,
mindset.
because we trick our dog into we do
Eating carrots, sweet potato.
sweet like lettuce, and like we'll put lettuce down, he'll look at it, he'll chew it, and then he'll spit it out.
It's kind of like,
And then I'll pick it up and I'll pretend like I'm eating it. And then he looks at me and then I'll give it to him. Then he eats
and then
it
he
again.
wants it. Yeah.
So if dogs are in tune with this, I know our kid's going to be in tune with it
And
as
if you
well.
break off a piece of lettuce and you want a treat,
Yeah.
then he's like, ooh, like, yeah, he gets super
So-
excited. So it's really, a lot of it has to do with the parenting. But I mean, her question is really, what does it do to a child's body? I think all sorts of bad things other than weight gain. And I
Yeah.
think that there's a lot of things that can happen to your internal organs
Yeah.
because of the, like, you know, your liver and your kidneys have to function differently to process excess fat and excess sugar. It's also, you know, kind of setting them up for a lifetime of struggling with weight loss and then having poor sleep patterns. And there's a lot of stuff. There's so many reasons not to give your kids that kind of food.
So that
Hopefully you won't.
is
No.
that.
That is that. That's how we feel about it.
And shout out to the podcast listeners. Can't forget about you guys. We love you over there. Hopefully you're working out with us right now. Hopefully you're driving in the car listening to us. You're chuckling with us. You're having fun with us. You're learning with us. If you haven't actually downloaded the podcast yet, go do it. That's like one of the best ways to consume this content that we're doing. Video's cool because you're looking at us and we're pretty hot and stuff. But
and pretty full of ourselves.
Pretty full of ourselves.
Very humble.
So go take a listen on the podcast if you haven't yet. Today's question of the day: as a kid, what did your parents put in your school lunches? Okay, now I want you to go watch a video on how to make protein popsicles. Your kids will love these. Go watch the video right over here.